Hey, welcome to Cat's Bookend. Now I'm going to do the rapid fire book tag. I was tagged by Snyder B Books. I'm going to leave her link down below in the description box. And this seems like such a fun tag, so I'm glad she tagged me. Thank you for tagging me, Snyder B. She had a really good one too. You should check out her tag because she did a really good job on hers. It was very enjoyable. All right, well, here goes. Let's see if I can do this pretty quick. All right. First question. By the way, there's 24 questions here. Ebook or physical book? Physical book. I love ebooks. I'll read them, but I prefer a physical book. Paperback or hardback? Paperback, because I like the more reasonable prices. I don't collect them. If the hardback is a good deal, I'll get it, but I prefer the paperback. Online or in-store book shopping? Online. Definitely online. It's easier, it's more convenient, and online you can find exactly what you want. Trilogies or series? I prefer trilogies. I don't think I've ever even gotten through a whole trilogy because I just wasn't interested in it. I'd read the book and then I'd just be like, no, I don't want to read the rest. I would like to find a trilogy that's really, really good and I'm interested in reading it. But I prefer it over a series because with a series you get bogged down with that and then all the other books that you want to read go to the side. And I like a variety of books. I don't want to be reading the same thing all the time. I think I'd get pretty bored. All right, the next question is a book you want everyone to read. Days by James Lovegrove. Days, and I'll put a link down below to my reviews about Days or that feature Days. Recommended underrated book. Days. I bet you saw that coming a mile away, huh? The last book that you finished. That was Pork Pie Hat by Peter Straub. I'll link down below. I'll put a link in the description box to the review for that. The last book you bought, that was Harley Quinn. I bought that at Barnes & Noble. The weirdest thing and by the way, that was a graphic novel. Weirdest thing you've ever used as a bookmark. I think one of those things, you know those packages you get in the grocery store, there's like crackers and then there's like a cheese dip and they give you that little red stick, little tiny stick that you could put in there and spread your cheese. Well, I was desperate one time. I wasn't anywhere near any of my bookmarks, so I just rinsed that off and I used that as a bookmark. I've seen other people do that too, so I'm not the weirdest one there is. Okay, number 11, used books, yes or no? That's a definite yes. I do not collect them. I want reasonably priced, very reasonably, in fact, cheap. Top 3 favorite genres. Horror is definitely number 1. Number 2 would be psychological suspense. I'm not going to say thriller because thriller would also include all those mysteries with detectives and also international espionage. No, I'm talking about the books that really play with your mind. Psychological suspense. And then the third one would be sci-fi. Borrow or buy? Buy. If I borrow, I have a deadline when I have to finish it. I want to be able to enjoy the book and read it at my own leisure whenever I want to read it. Okay. Number 14, characters or plot? If I don't like the characters, if I think the characters suck and they really bother me, the plot doesn't even matter. Long or short books? I'd say if it's a really good book, long. But short books are good, especially when you're doing these bookathons and these challenges. So really that's a hard decision. It's a tie. Long or short chapters? Long chapters, they're all right, but I prefer short chapters. Like bite-sized chapters. That's just me. Name the first 3 books you think of. Days, A Clockwork Orange, and Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Books that made you laugh or cry. Well, there's some books that made me laugh. I mean, really laugh to the point that, you know, my stomach hurt. And I was like, stop. Not like anybody would hear me say stop, though. It's a book, right? But anyway, those books are W, the first 100 days, which is like the diary of George W. Bush in his first 100 days in the office. Hilarious. And Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist, Me at a Glance book, where it's like you found his journal and you're reading it and looking at it. Very funny book. Okay, and then Our World or Fictional Worlds. Definitely Our World. Fictional worlds are okay, but I prefer when it takes place here in our world. Audiobooks, yes or no? Yes, they're not my favorite choice of a book, and I don't really listen to books that much. I read them, but yes. Okay, do you ever judge a book by its cover? Yes, because there are a lot of books out there that just the cover turns me off and I don't even read the blurb. I know that's not fair, but like if I see like a girl and a boy or a man and a woman giving goo-goo eyes at each other, and you know, oh, the woman is swooning, or you know, like those Nicholas Sparks books where the woman is like in the arms of the man and they're just gazing at each other lovingly. Come on, you know what, there's too many covers like that out there, and that really turns me off, because if you've just read a bunch of romances or you hate romances or whatever, you're not going to be attracted to that. I think that those types of stories are getting old anyway, so they kind of turn me off. But you know what too? To be totally fair, some blurbs turn me off as well. Like I'll read it and it'll say, this is just, if you like, excuse me, let me start that over again, okay? It'll say, if you liked this story, then you'll definitely love this. And then what if the story is something you hated that they say it's just like? You're like, I don't want to read another book just like something I've already read and didn't like. So I don't think that's a good idea for people to say this, if you like this book, then you'll like this book, because that can really, you know, turn people off. They won't want to read it. All right, let's see. Number 22. Book to movie or book to TV? Book to movie. A movie or TV show you preferred to its book? Not really. The closest to that would be A Clockwork Orange, because I loved the book, and it's not that the movie was like way better or anything like that. It's just that you got to see Stanley Kubrick's visuals, and that really added to what you already knew about the book. Series or standalone? Standalone for me, because I don't want to get caught up in a big series that goes on and on and on and on. All right, well, let's just see how long it took me to get through that. And I would like to thank Snyder B again for tagging me. I'll tag a few people, but that doesn't mean that these people have to do it. They might have already done it. I really don't know who has done what tag anymore. There are so many. But if you wish to do it, and I've tagged you, go for it. And even if I haven't tagged you and you would like to do this, please go for it. Okay, I'm going to tag Books and Looks. I'm going to tag Brit. I'm going to tag One Man Reads. Okay, so Books and Looks, Brit, One Man Reads, and I'm going to tag Rita Books.